You can see here from the opening slide, it's a $100,000 plus or more strategy. We're going to talk about how to get to that number. That's super easy. Okay, you're going to hear more about that in just a minute. But first, while everybody kind of settles in, I just want to check the audio, make sure it's good. Can you guys hear me okay? You should have a chat box there on your screen. You can type to me and ask questions. And please do, by the way, ask questions during the presentation. Cool. Everybody says audio is good. It looks like we're going to have this is going to be a big webinar, guys. We're going to have a completely packed house on this one. So make sure that, just a side tip, do not leave the webinar, because if you do, you may not be able to hop back on. We have a limit to the number of seats. And this is going to be a huge one, obviously, which is cool. So everybody's hopping on. Everybody can hear audio. Yes, Jeff, that is a Lamborghini Murcielago behind me. So that's where I get the nickname Lambo Luke, actually. So I've had her for about going on 7 years now, almost 7 years. So about time to get a new one. About time to trade her in for a new one. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Cool. So everybody's rocking. Good. Okay, so let's get started, guys. So like I said, this is going to be a super quick, short webinar. It's not going to take long at all because this method is so dead simple. Okay? So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about a $100,000 plus strategy that's so easy. Literally, we've got a 10-year-old little girl doing this and crushing it. All right, so none of you on this webinar have any excuses if a 10-year-old girl is absolutely crushing it with this. I know that you can do it. It's really that simple. The other thing is we're going to do something that's kind of unheard of on this webinar. We're going to do what we call our $1,000 plus profit guaranteed. What does that mean? Well, stick around to the end of the webinar. This is going to kind of be the bonus if you stick around to the end. And again, this is going to be a super short one. In literally about 10 minutes, you're going to know how this method works and what to do. But stick around. We're going to do $1,000 profit guaranteed, extra money in your pocket, if you just take action on what we talk about today. Okay, so you'll hear about that in a little bit. But I don't think that's ever been done before as far as I know. We're so confident in this method that any of you guys can do it. And we're super pumped about this, of course, and we're so excited and confident that we're going to guarantee you $1,000 profit in your pocket if you just stick around and take action at the end, okay? So that's pretty cool. All right, so that being said, speaking of money, we of course have to do a quick FTC earnings disclaimer, and for our attorneys here, we have to do this. We obviously can't promise or guarantee you're going to make any kind of money just because you show up on this webinar. Money's not going to magically appear in your bank account tomorrow, right? You're actually going to have to do something to make that money. You guys know that. We don't know your background, your skills, any of that, so we obviously can't promise that you're just going to magically make money because you showed up today. But we are going to talk about results, specific profit numbers, all those types of things. So we have to give you this disclaimer and let you know we can't guarantee you're going to be able to make the kind of money we're talking about just because you showed up today. Okay? You guys know that. Fair enough? Okay, cool. Awesome. So today's going to be, like I said, very short. In fact, it's going to be short because it's so dead simple. In literally like 10 minutes, you guys are going to completely understand how this works, okay? So this isn't some advanced thing that we're going to need to spend 2 hours on or any of that, but we do want to make this thing interactive. So please ask your questions as they come up in the chat box, whatever. I'll be glad to talk about that. So here's what you're going to see today, speaking of that. We're going to do first a quick explanation and an overview of the method. Here in the slides, I'm going to give you an idea of what's going on. Once you understand that, then we're going to jump to a live demonstration where you're just going to watch me kind of over my shoulder, and we're going to do this live. I'm going to show you exactly how it works, and we're going to pick out and see if we can get on pace right here in front of you to make that 100,000 plus mark, okay? After you see the live demo, we'll do a Q&A session, and we're going to give you guys a little bit of inspiration after that and let you hear from some other people that are doing this and crushing it so that it's not just us. Anybody can do it. Again, we've got a 10-year-old girl doing this. You guys can do this for sure. That's why we're so excited about this. Bar none, the quickest, easiest, most guaranteed way to cash in that I've ever seen for any skill level. All right, so you guys are going to love this. So here's what we ask of you in exchange. I mean, we're guaranteeing you $1,000 if you take action at the end. Here's what we ask in return. Put away any distractions. I want you to pay close attention because this is, again, the explanation is going to go quick. I don't want to have to go, rehash it over and over. I want to be able to get into some more advanced detail with you. So take notes, take action, ask your questions, interact with us, use that chat box. It's there for a reason. Okay? So I already see a couple of questions here already rolling in. So I want to address a few things right from the beginning. Is this for you? So you might be going, I'm brand new. I don't know anything. I can barely turn a computer on. You might be going, man, I'm making a ton of money online. Is this even going to be worth my time? So here's the deal. This requires very little work, and it's easy work. Okay? In fact, you can really outsource this entire thing and make it completely passive, and we'll show you how to do that. We've actually got a system for you where it's super simple. Anybody can do this. You don't have to have any special skills. Again, I'll harp on this, 10-year-old little girl doing it. You guys can do this. You don't have to be an expert. If you are highly advanced and a major internet marketer, this is still going to work for you. You're going to be able to add some quick, easy, passive revenue no matter your skill set. Like I said, you can outsource it. It can be passive income. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. This is important. For you guys that are not in the United States, what you're going to see during the live demo pertains to the United States, but also you'll see how we're going to flip the script and make it work for you guys that are not in the U.S. just as well. Okay, so you guys don't have to worry. You can still do this, and we'll talk about that if you're outside the U.S. And of course, the big one, this is the important part, there are lots and lots of profits to be made with this, guys. Lots of profit to be made here. Okay, so again, you're going to see this live, just how much. So the take-home message is, for you guys that are questioning this, anyone can do it. I don't care who you are. I have complete faith anybody can do this. Like I said, we're super pumped to show you this because it's so simple. All right? You guys ready to go? Give me a 1 in the chat box. Let's see your interactivity here. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you guys are ready to see what's cracking here. Sweet. 1. One's like crazy. Awesome. Cool. Okay. So method overview. Let's give a brief description of what's going on. Super duper simple, guys. Don't overthink this. Here's what we're going to do. Hang in there with me for this. All right? We're going to buy a textbook from Amazon. Typically, it's from an Amazon third-party seller. We'll show you this in just a minute. And we're going to buy it at a low price, at a deal price. How are we going to do that? What is a deal? Again, you're going to see that in a minute. So the bottom line is we're going to buy a textbook from Amazon for a low price. We're going to get that textbook, and then this is going to blow your mind. We're going to actually take that textbook and immediately just turn back around and trade it back into Amazon at a higher price through their trade-in program. Okay, we don't have to wait for the book to sell, whatever. We're going to use their trade-in program, which you're going to learn about here in just a minute, and trade that book in. So here's what we've done. We're going to buy a book at a low price. We're going to get that book. We're going to then turn around and send that book back into Amazon through their trade-in program at a higher price. We're going to get paid instantly on that transaction, and we're going to pocket the difference. Simple, buy low, sell high. Some of you guys will be familiar with the term arbitrage, right? We're going to buy low, sell high, get paid instantly for zero risk. I'll show you how that works, and that's the method. Now, I already know this sounds crazy because you're going, well, why in the world would that work? Why would Amazon do that? What's going on? We're going to get into it and show you. That's it, guys. That's the method. You already conceptually understand what's going on. It's not that hard. Buy low from Amazon, turn around, send it back into Amazon for a higher trade-in price, pocket the difference, laugh all the way to the bank, okay? So that's the method overview. So what is an Amazon trade-in? We got to understand a little bit about what a trade-in is first before we can do it live for you. The trade-in program from Amazon lets you trade in different types of categories of items, like textbooks, of course, which we're going to talk about and focus on. Electronics, you can do it with video games, DVDs, all kinds of things. And you can cash out and get some money from Amazon for sending those items in. Here's a cool thing about this. When you claim a trade-in on Amazon, you basically get access to print a label, a prepaid shipping label. So Amazon has already paid for the shipping. You don't pay for the shipping to send it into Amazon. You just claim the trade-in, print their little label, stick it on your box, and ship it in. Simple as that. And Amazon pays you as soon as they receive the item. But it gets better. They can actually pay you once they've vetted you and they know you're going to send in your items. They will actually pay you immediately on that before you even send the item in after a couple of transactions with them, which is unbelievable. So we're talking like instant cash here, guys, which is awesome. So if you want to know more about the trade-in program, how it works, you can visit amazon.com/trade-in, TRADE-IN. You can learn more. But for this particular method, we're going to focus on textbooks, okay? So let's look at a specific example here. Okay, so we took some screenshots. I want to show you a specific example before we get in and actually do this live in front of you. So here's what I want you to take note of. We're going to take this particular book here. It's a textbook called The Art of Public Speaking. And we want to notice two different things about this particular listing. Okay, the first thing is this. You're going to see a used and new price for this book of $44.55. So we can buy this book on Amazon for $44.55. All right, now I want you to move your eyes over to the right side of the screen here. Look at this. There's another section here that says trade yours in for an Amazon gift card up to $73.70. All right, we can buy it for $44. We can trade it in for an Amazon gift card of $73.70. Obviously, there's profit there, right? Now, don't let the gift card language mix you up a little bit. You will get paid in gift cards. You, of course, pay close attention to this because I already know someone is going to ask this question. So I want to answer it right now. We absolutely have a way where you can turn those gift cards into cash. But you want to and you prefer to get paid initially in a gift card, and then you take those balances and you turn that into cash. And I'm going to give you a wink, wink, hint, hint, and tell you I'm not a CPA or an accountant. So seek competent accounting advice here. But wink, wink, hint, hint, there are tax advantages of initially getting paid in the gift card. And you're going to want to do that for a couple of strategy reasons. But yes, you can absolutely turn that gift card into cash. So it's the same as getting cash for the most part. So don't let that be a hang up and confuse you. Okay, so the important part here is we can buy this book for $44. We can then trade it back into Amazon for $73. What does that look like? Well, obviously, 73 minus 44, you're looking at a $29 profit on this book. Almost $30 we can make on one book for simply buying it, receiving it, turning around, sending it right back into Amazon on their dime, and making $30 on it. How awesome is that, guys? That's pretty freaking cool, huh? How easy is that? You guys, does that blow your mind so far? You're probably going, okay, yeah, that's great, but exactly how does this work, right? Anybody? Yes. Aaron's WTF all over the place, right? This is amazing. Yes, it is. Okay, and it really is this simple. Okay, so super simple. All right. So here's the opportunity. Okay, before we go out, now obviously there's a little bit more to it. I want to show you how to do this. We'll find some books live. But there, of course, typically is more than one book you can trade in of the same book title from Amazon. So they might have 3, 4, 5, even more of those books that you can snag and trade in for quick multiplication of profits. $29. The next one might be a little more expensive. Maybe you only make 28. The next one you make 24, etc. But you can really multiply your earnings quick that way. There are, of course, hundreds of thousands of textbooks available on Amazon at any one time. You can do this all year round. Obviously, during really high textbook times, there's some crazy deals to be had and some crazy opportunities to buy low and sell really high, kind of between semesters and stuff. So that's an added bonus of being able to do this. Here's another important point we'll discuss, and you'll see when we find books live. You can actually buy from sites outside of Amazon. So Amazon doesn't care how you get the book. You don't have to buy it from Amazon.com or an Amazon third-party seller. You can have the book from a thrift store, from your local university bookstore. You can have it from when you were in college. It doesn't matter where you got the book. They'll give you trade-in value for that if it meets their criteria, no matter where you get it. So here's the other opportunity. You don't have to stick to Amazon to find these deals. There are tons and tons of textbook marketplaces out there where you can find a book, buy it from an outside place, receive it, and send it into Amazon's trade-in program and cash the difference, just like you would do Amazon to Amazon. Okay, so lots of opportunity there. You'll see more about that in a minute. So the profit potential here, guys, is huge. I see some of you are like completely blown away. Yeah, light bulbs should be going off if they are not already, right? The cool thing is there's zero risk with this, or nearly zero risk. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say we buy a book from a third-party seller and they send it to us and it's the wrong one. Okay, so we just return it through Amazon and we get a refund. No skin off our back, right? The other thing is, let's say we send it into Amazon and Amazon says, oh, this book doesn't have any covers or whatever, and they send it back. That's all on their dime. You send it to them on their dime. They return it to you on their dime, and then you just get a refund from the seller. So there's no risk here. Awesome. Of course, also getting paid right away is a great benefit too. So the other thing about the zero risk is you're not crossing your finger. You're not purchasing it in hopes that someone else buys it. You don't have to wait for someone else to buy it. Amazon's buying it from you, okay, instantly. So you don't have to wait and hope that the book sells or speculate or any of that. Go, oh, well, I'm going to buy this book because I think it may be worth more, and maybe in the future I'll be able to sell it for. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's trade-in, cash money, boom, right then. No waiting for an item to sell before you get paid. You can get paid now before Amazon even gets the book, after you've done this a few times and Amazon has vetted you. How awesome is that? Okay, so absolutely no risk. You get the wrong book, whatever, you return it. You ship it to Amazon and they reject it. There's some reasons for book condition we'll talk about. Maybe they return it. Again, all on their dime. You ship it to Amazon on their dime. They return it to you on their dime. You return it to the seller, all good. So lots of ways this takes out all of the risk for you. You can see now why we're so excited about this. This is unbelievable, okay? So, obviously, this is super easy and simple to do. Anybody can do this. You can outsource this entire thing, which turns into hands-off passive income. There's guaranteed profits in this. You don't have to wait for the book to sell or anything. There's nearly zero risk. And, again, wink, wink, hint, hint, because of the way you initially get paid with a gift card before you turn it into cash, there are some potential tax benefits for you. Huge. So this opportunity is awesome. All right? So before we get into actually finding some books live, you're probably going, okay, yeah, but wait a minute. Why would Amazon do this? Right? Why would they sell it to you for a low price and then turn around and pay, So here's the deal, guys. Here's what you need to understand. Amazon is just the middleman here, okay? They aren't typically the ones selling you the book, although sometimes you can buy directly from Amazon at a low price. They typically aren't the ones selling. You're buying from a third-party seller on the Amazon site. So they're not selling you the book in the first place, and they're contracted with a third-party textbook buyer for the trade-in program. So they don't care, right? They're just the middleman facilitating the transaction here. So they're loving this because they're making money, right? So they're not the one selling you the book in the first place, and they've already got a contract from somebody to buy the book from them at a higher price than they are paying you for the trade-in. So they're making their margin there. Everybody wins. No skin off Amazon's back. Okay, so it's not like what you might think initially, where it's not like you're buying it from Amazon and then sending it right back into Amazon so that Amazon can buy it from you and resell. It doesn't work that way, right? You're buying from a third-party seller. Amazon is giving you a trade-in price because they already know they're going to immediately be able to turn it around into this contract from their third-party textbook buyer, and so they're making money. Okay, so that's why it's not a big deal. That's why Amazon doesn't care that you're doing this, because it's a profit for them, right? They want you to do it. So let's, before we go into the live method, talk about our plan. What are we going to do here? Remember, what we're trying to do in this particular webinar, what we're looking to do is get at least $100,000 a year system in place here. Okay, we want to do 6 figures plus. And I'm going to show you just how easy that is to do. We obviously want to do way more than that, but for the sake of easy figuring, we wanted to show you a 6-figure plan. So at $100,000 a year, here's what we need to be able to do. We need to be able to make $275 a day with this method. Okay? $365, $275 a day with the method to make $100,000 a year doing this. All right? I want to show you just how quick and easy we can do that with this method. This is going to completely blow your mind. I guarantee it. So you guys ready to find some books? One's in the chat box. I want you guys to stay interactive here. I already see some good questions. Give me a 1 in the chat box. You guys want to see how we can find some books live? All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So what I want to do now is let's head over to Amazon, and we'll actually search for some books live, and I'll show you guys some live deals, and we'll look at some money, how much we can make, and we're going to try to do at least $275 super quick, okay? So let's head on over to Amazon now and take a look. Okay, so here we are on Amazon.com. I'm going to just do a really easy search, right? I'm going to put in textbooks. All right? Now, here's the cool part. We, of course, have taken this to another level, all right? And what we've done is we built software out to help us do this more efficiently, more quickly, make us more profits, find us more deals, etc. And here's how it works. Really simple. I want to show you guys this first before we really start finding deals, because I want to show you how easy this is. So we search for textbooks. You'll see here a little icon. What we've done is we built a browser extension. So it's just a little browser extension. We click on this, and here it's going to do a few things for us, okay? It's going to weed out the books we don't want on this page. It's going to do some math for us and tell us which books are the most profitable and how much, and some really cool things. So we've got a full page here of books, right? So we could spend hours and hours combing through hundreds of pages, thousands of books, all of that, and waste a whole lot of time, or we could just click this button, check this out. What it's done is it tells us the total net profit opportunity on this page. So we have a potential profit of $342.49. Now, of course, this is the potential profit. Some of these books, maybe one of these books is missing a cover or something, and it won't qualify for the trade-in program. This is what the potential profit is. Now, let's just think about this. Remember what we just said. 6 figures, we need $275 a day. So I click the button. We're already at $342 potential dollars profit. Boom. That quick. Who's with me that this is ridiculous? Yeah. Mind blown. Terry says, mind freaking blown. That's awesome. Yeah. When we saw this for the first time, we were blown away too. That's why we built this little plugin. So you can see here a few things. Like I said, it weeds out all the books that are not profitable. Okay, so we just have the list of the ones that are profitable. Now I'm going to blur out some of these, obviously, for us here. Some of these are blurred out because I don't want everybody snagging the same books or whatever without learning what's going on here. So some of these will be blurred out. But all these books are here now. Also, you'll see it's added a net profit after trade-in. So this particular book, we can make $116 on. You'll see a check mark here. And you'll see it's added a little button, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. Okay? So you can see this is going to save us a lot of time. So that $275 a day, I'd say it's pretty simple. Boom, we're already at $342 potential profit just on the very first page. Hundreds of pages of text, hundreds of pages of textbooks available, hundreds of thousands of textbooks individually available. If not a million plus, I don't know, but I know there are hundreds of thousands of textbooks. So, the plugin does a little more for us. So, let's look at an individual book here. You can see that we can buy it for around $12. The trade-in is $37. Well, that's not $116. Where are we coming up with that? Well, more than one potential book. So, if you click on the used and new section for this particular book, it's going to take us to the listings page. The extension, the software, also works here. So we're going to run it again. We're going to click the button and run it on this page. So here's what it's done for us. It says, okay, here are your potential profits for this individual book. Shows us all the individual listings. For each book, it tells us how much we would make on a trade-in. Okay? So this particular book, we could make $21.60. This particular one, $21.35, and on and on and on, right? So, super quick. It weeds out all the books that aren't profitable. Now, let's say this one said it didn't even have any covers, which wouldn't qualify for the trade-in program. You'll learn more about book condition later. But let's say this one didn't qualify and we wanted to remove it from our list. Okay? So again, remember guys, we only need to make $275 a day to hit six figures. We had over 340 available on the first page. Just this book alone, 116 potential profit. But let's just say this particular book, it didn't have any cover or something, and it wouldn't work. So you can click this little remove. It'll recalculate our profits here for us. Makes it super, super simple and super quick. Okay? So that's our little secret weapon we've got going. So, the next thing is, I want to show you guys how the extension works on another way. So you see this little button, it's called Check on Book Scouter. Book Scouter is a third-party marketplace. So remember what I said, we don't have to just stick to buying these books from Amazon. We can buy other places. So this place called Book Scouter is going to allow us to search a lot of other third-party marketplaces at one time, and the plugin works there as well. So let's just do this particular book, for example. So we run it, check on Book Scouter. Now we let this page load. It's going to do a full meta search. All right, and we run. You can see here, it gives us a whole lot of different books that are potentially available. Some of these are for rent, though, and some of them aren't the right book and all that. So the extension will help us once again. Let's run it. It's going to tell us potential profit opportunity for this book, $219. So a lot of these are going to come from Amazon, you can see. So let's just, what we can do here, we can X out just the Amazon ones to see what extra profit we found just on Book Scouter. Okay, so an extra $70. Again, guys, we only have to make $275 a day to make six figures a year. There's an extra $70 just from these other booksellers on top of the $100 plus that was potential. So we're almost there with just one book. Okay, the very first book we looked at. Pretty insane. Okay, so nice little secret weapon we've got to save us a ton of time. This is really what makes the method viable, because you're going to, otherwise you would, spend hours and things like that searching for books. So this is how you do it. Super simple. Now, what I want to do is let's just go through a few books. I want to show you guys the amount of profit potential that is available here. So you can see very first page, over $340 available. But what I want to do, let's drill down. It even works in subcategories. Let's get crazy. Let's just go into a particular section here and take a look at some individual pages. Now, there'll be a little bit of overlap, okay? So this particular page, $239 worth of books here, okay? Let's go to the next page. Let's just see what's available on the next page. Page number 2. Again, hundreds, thousands of pages of textbooks available. $299, another $300. We hit that $275 pretty quick. I think you guys would agree. All right? So what I want to show you is just a quick example of, let's go back to the first page. I want to show you guys some more profit on Book Scouter. So $239 on this page alone. Let's take a look at this book on Book Scouter. Let's look at this one on Book Scouter. So this particular one, we can make about $42 potentially off of Amazon. Let's see what we can make from third-party sellers. Let's run it. Another $356 potential showing on BookScouter. Let's take out Amazon because we're already counting the Amazon books back on Amazon's number of, what was it? $42. Over $300 available in this one book, potentially, right here. Now, there may be a couple that are missing covers, whatever. Okay, we X those out. You guys see how quick and easy this is to make six figures? Obviously, we lowballed this. You can do way better than that much more quickly if you just spent a little bit of time. But that's how quick and easy it is to load up on money here. So let's just go through a few pages. So we ran this one. So over almost $300 on this page. Again, you can click on each of these individual books and get a lot more money outside of Amazon. So we're talking about hundreds, potentially thousands of dollars just on this one page. Let's just go to another one, and then we'll stop because I don't want to go through too many of these pages. You guys get the idea. Let's run another one here. This particular page, $83. Let's check on BookScouter. This will be fun. So this is $55. Let's run this one once the page loads. Another $350. Let's close this out. 2 different calculus books. That's interesting. All right. And so we can see here, without counting Amazon, almost $300 just in one book. That's it, guys. We've literally could go through, make hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, boom, 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 just like that. And again, here's all we're doing. All we're doing is this. Buying it from Amazon or one of these third-party sellers. We claim a trade-in on Amazon. We get paid instantly. Again, they're going to initially pay us in a gift card. We can turn that into cash. We've got a way for you to do that. Don't worry about that. And you pocket the difference. I don't know how much easier it gets than that, guys. You guys on board with this? You see how easy this is? Yes. I know you guys, and I see some good questions already. We'll address those here in just a minute. I know you guys are completely blown away. So let's address one question I saw right away. So obviously, we'll cover this again, but okay, so when do you get paid? Well, when you claim your trade-in from Amazon, the first time you'll get paid as soon as Amazon receives the book. All right, they'll actually pay out on that. After you do it a few times, Amazon has vetted you, you get paid instantly before you even send the book in. So you can buy the book, go over to Amazon, click the claim trade-in button, which you'll learn about later, and you get paid right then. Unbelievable. So that's how quick you can make money with this. This isn't something where it's going to take you months to figure out or months to get paid or any of that. Okay, so the question is about shipping. Let me show you guys this. So let's go back to, let's just do the generic search for textbooks. We'll run the plugin, the extension. And so we've got 151, for example, on this particular page. Actually, you know what I want to do? Let's go back to the main section. Let's just start from the beginning so you guys can kind of see this if you came in late. So we're going from the beginning. We're going to search for the word textbooks. We're going to use our plugin, which is going to really make this thing sing. So we found over $340 right here. Again, this one has over $116 worth of profit. Let's go to used and new to answer your question about shipping. We've already factored in the shipping to you in the profit numbers. So you don't have to do that math. It's already factored in. So this is profit. Because remember, you're only going to pay shipping to you. Once you get it, Amazon is going to handle, you're going to print out their prepaid shipping label. They're going to pay for shipping to them. So you don't have to worry about that. So to answer your question on shipping, that's already factored in when we run the extension on this page. And you'll see here it's a $4 shipping fee. All right? So yes, shipping is factored in. So how fast you get paid? Immediately after you've done it a couple times, before you even send the book in. Is shipping, what about shipping and all that? Shipping to you is already factored in these numbers. All right? Shipping to Amazon is free because they're going to pick up the tab with their prepaid shipping label you're going to use. All right? So can you guys see how anybody can do this now? Give me a 1. I want to see some 1s here. You guys pumped? Now you can see why we can guarantee you $1,000 at the end of this webinar if you take action. Okay? You can see why that makes sense. All right. So That's it, guys. That's the method. I mean, we could sit here and beat a dead horse all day long and go through pages and pages and pages and thousands of dollars of potential profit and check on Bookscout and all that. You guys get it? Are we all on the same page at this point? You understand what's going on? Awesome. Okay, good. So let me just take a little sip here. Sorry, guys. All right. So let's go back to the presentation. There's more. This gets even better. Okay? So let's go back to the slides. All right. So like I said, it gets even better. Okay? Just when you thought it was unbelievable, it's going to get even more unbelievable for you. Check this out. So a couple of people already said, okay, yeah, but I'm not in the U.S. This is, these are U.S. textbooks. It's Amazon.com. Man, I'm going to pay way more than $4 shipping outside the U.S. And, how am I going to be able to do this? Or maybe you're in the U.S. and you're thinking, well, wait a minute. This is super easy to do. I get it. But I don't want to have to physically process the books or find somebody to hire to. And what I mean by physically process the books is obviously you're going to get the book in. You're going to open it up. You're going to check it, make sure it's the right book. You're going to put a little packing slip in Amazon gives you. You're going to, relabel it and ship it to Amazon back through their trade-in program, through their little prepaid label they give you. Like there's a little bit of work involved there. Check this out. We have a solution for you guys. You guys are going to love this. What we've actually done is we've contracted with a processing center, a fulfillment house, and here's what they'll do for you. They'll do this whole thing. They'll receive the books, they'll open them and inspect them, make sure it's the right book, make sure it meets your quality or condition guidelines. They'll repackage the book for you and ship it to Amazon. Done. Completely hands-off, passive income. That is awesome, right? So, for you guys that are outside of the U.S., you don't have to ship the book to you, right? You ship it to the fulfillment center, and they'll do it for a couple of bucks a book. Now, if you want to make an extra $2 on every single book, then by all means, knock yourself out. You can do all this yourself. It's, like I said, a 10-year-old girl is doing this, and she's right now doing all the shipping on her own, all right? So you can do that. But again, if you're outside the U.S. or you don't want the work, we've got a whole system set up where you can do that. You can just ship it to fulfillment center. If you really want to be completely hands-off with this method and you want to take it to a ludicrous mode, a ridiculous level, you can actually outsource the purchasing of the books as well. Because the extension finds them for you, then there are a few more things you need to know about book condition and stuff, which is easily trained. You can outsource the purchasing of the books. So check this out. If you want to really get this to blow your mind, outsource the buying of the books. You could have the book shipped directly to the processing center. They handle all of the processing of the book and repackaging and shipping it to Amazon, and you just count your money. How cool is that? So, like I said, if you're outside of the U.S., you don't have to worry because you can just ship them directly to a processing center. $2 a book, done. You don't have to think about it. If you want to completely outsource it, it can be done very simply. Obviously, this is not rocket science, guys. Anybody can be taught to do this. Here's another way this gets even better. There's actually another way you can make money with this system. You can get even higher margins with it, okay, and you get paid in cash instead of initially an Amazon gift card, which is fine, okay? Obviously, there are some tax benefits to getting a gift card first and then transferring it into cash, but getting paid cash, I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree isn't that big of a deal. But you do have to wait a little bit longer to get paid. Okay, so there is a way you can make some extra money. You just have to wait a little bit longer to get paid. Not a big deal, okay? But I did want you to be aware there is more to this, okay? So the outsourcing is there. The second method is there. There's different ways. So here's the question I'm seeing. Okay, I'm ready to do this. Can I run out and do this now? What do I do? What buttons do I press, etc.? So here's my kind of word of warning on this. There are some things that we have to talk about first before you just run out and try to do this on your own, okay? So here's what you need to be aware of, okay? Kind of the method overview, the gotchas here. Obviously, this system We've got fully baked. We've figured it out. It took us tens of thousands of dollars in figuring this out, tweaking it, testing it, screwing it up, figuring out what works, what doesn't, what do they accept, what do they not, all these different things. And, of course, development costs and getting our extension to work, because before the extension, on an hourly basis, how long it took us to find deals, it wasn't nearly as profitable. Right? It almost wasn't worth it. It just took so long to find the deals and to organize them and all that kind of thing. And it was, hard to train somebody, and they would have to sit there for hours. So obviously it took us some development cost and time to have this thing developed and written. Of course, it's taken us a couple years to refine this. So we had to learn it the hard way. But we don't want you guys to have to go through all the hurdles we ran through. We want you to be able to skip all the problems and jump straight to the cash. Does that sound good to you guys? Okay, cool. So I wanted you to be aware of that before you go out and try to do this. It's first of all, it's going to take you too long. You don't have the extension in your hands yet. There are a lot of issues. So should you try it on your own? Well, think about these things first, and then we're going to give you the solution, obviously, right? We've got something to take care of all these problems for you. You're not going to have the software to save you hundreds of hours and find all those extra deals. It's super important. Right? So you're going to lose out on thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours if you just try to do this manually without it. There is a trick that we've got in place where you can make extra profit on every single book. And you're going to want to obviously know what that is. You're, of course, not going to have access to the fulfillment center. You would have to process all of the books manually. You would get caught with all the gotchas that we had to learn, because obviously we don't have time to cover all those today in this short little webinar. You don't understand book condition, for example, which is very important to this method. Okay, what are they going to accept? What works? What doesn't? You wouldn't have any way to turn your gift cards into cash. You're going to end up stuck with huge Amazon gift cards that, you would just have to buy random stuff on Amazon. And obviously, once you get up to really big dollars, you don't want to just spend your money on Amazon only. You want to be able to use that cash. You wouldn't have any way to do that. You, of course, also wouldn't know the second method to get those higher margins. We would have to color that. So here's the deal. Anybody want access to the software to solve all these problems? Anybody interested? Give me a 1 in the chat box. We'll hook you guys up so you don't try to go out and lose a bunch of money on your own. Okay, yes. One's all over the place. What about this? What if I told you we have a full system so you guys could duplicate everything we do? Would you guys be interested? You want to see what we've put together for you? No. Somebody's screaming now. Okay, cool. So we've done just that, guys. So what we did is we want you to skip through all the hurdles. We want to give you access to exactly what we do, everything we've learned as we've developed this method, the software, everything. So what have we put together for you guys to take advantage of this? Well, here's what you get if you take advantage of what we have to offer you guys today. And again, remember, we're going to have a pretty crazy cool guarantee for you. So obviously you get the software. That's going to be your most important piece. Getting the software, finding deals in bulk, finding them quickly, finding the right ones, being able to go outside of Amazon, do a quick search of, many textbook marketplaces, finding outside deals to also be able to utilize. As you guys can see, I think a couple of books, in fact, that one was like, $40, and then we found over $300 worth outside of Amazon. So many times, the amount you can make buying outside of Amazon and trading them in on Amazon is more than what you can just do Amazon to Amazon flipping, okay? So anyway, the software is going to, of course, allow you to do all that. You guys saw how it works. Invaluable. Also, we have full training on the entire system, and our training is set up pretty cool. In fact, if you guys want to, we'll go take a look at the member area where it's got all this training. But we've got all the slides for you in video training. So you'll see all the videos, you'll see all the slides, you'll be able to download the slides we use during the videos. A lot of people like to learn that way. Some of you prefer to learn with audio. Like you don't care about the video, or you prefer to take the audio on your phone or your iPad, whatever. So we've got the audio version of all that for you. And we also have transcribed the videos. So some of you guys that like to learn by reading, or maybe you want to just chill by the pool or whatever and learn simply without watching a video or listening, you want to just flip through paper, that's fine too. We've got that for you. So what we've tried to do, not only provide the software, but provide all the training for you and in multiple formats so you can learn at your own speed the best way you like to learn. Okay, so we've tried to cover all of our bases there. Also, on top of that, we've got what we call our book condition guide. Something that's very important to understand on how to learn this method and how to have a lot of success with it is book condition. Amazon has certain condition requirements. We have a full guide on showing you exactly what to look for, what to send in, what not to send in, pictures to show you examples, all of that completely covered for you. Also, once you start buying large volumes of books, you're going to want a way to track that. So we started to figure out very quickly, it became a chore to go, okay, where is this book? Have we received this book yet? Have we sent it in? Did we get paid for it? What about this book? So we put together a tracking spreadsheet to allow us to organize this, and we're going to give you guys access to that as well. So that's the entire method, everything you need, the software, all of the training you need, very organized member area in every possible training format, the book condition guide, the purchase tracking spreadsheet so you can track everything from top to bottom, keep it all organized. It's going to become really important for you. Of course, access to our processing center so that for $2 a book, you don't even have to touch anything. They'll do everything for you. So absolutely everything you need to duplicate what we've done with this method. Okay, it is an absolute, no-brainer method. It's super simple. Anybody can do it, but you do need to understand these little things that are important, and you of course need access to the software. That's important, and the processing center as well. So we put it all together for you so you don't have to think about it, right? So I already see a million questions about this. And again, we're going to do Q&A here in just a minute. But all right, guys, Luke, how much is this? Where can I get it? Where do I go? I want to get started right now. I want to make my $300 today immediately and get on pace to make a lot of money. So how much and where can I get this thing? All right, so here's the deal, guys. What we wanted to do is make this an absolutely zero risk business for you. We've already talked about how it's zero risk once you get into the business model and you understand it and you start actually purchasing books. We already talked about how that's zero risk, but we also wanted to make, getting our duplicated system zero risk for you. Okay, we wanted this whole thing from top to bottom to be a no-brainer, absolutely zero risk for you. So here's what we've come up with. We've never seen this done before the way we're doing it. We've got a double your money guarantee. Okay? So here's how that works. This is our crazy guarantee. All right? If you don't make at least 100% of your purchase price back in the first year, and you guys saw, you literally can click a button and there's $300 right there, right? If you don't make at least 100% of your purchase price back in the first year, we're going to pay you 2 times what your purchase price was today. Okay, so what you pay today, we're going to pay you 2 times that amount back if you can't make at least your purchase price back. Obviously, the only way you couldn't do that is if you just didn't take action. And that's why we're so confident and we can provide such a crazy guarantee and make it zero risk for you. So the idea is, no matter what happens today, no matter what, you're going to double your money with this offering. So that should make it a complete no-brainer for you. So the worst thing that could happen if you take action today is you double your money. How cool is that? Yeah, so we wanted to make this an absolute no-brainer. So worst thing that could happen today is you double your money. That's pretty awesome as far as I've ever seen. That's the coolest thing. So I could know nothing about the method, nothing. I could have just hopped on right now during this one slide and see, all right, if the worst thing that could happen is I double my money, I'm in. I don't even have to know anything else about the method. But right here, I'm already in. Right? So let's talk about price. A couple of months ago, we had a group of beta testers come in to the program and purchased, and we wanted a small group of users initially so that they could give us feedback, make sure there's no bugs in the software, make sure we covered everything we needed to cover in the training, all of that. So they came in for a standard price of $29.97, and that also covered their first month, and then after that, they had a monthly fee of $297 a month. Okay, so basically $3,000, that covered their first 30 days and their initial price, and then $297 a month. Now, the good news is you guys aren't going to pay anywhere near that today, okay? We're going to do a really cool webinar-only discount. So we're going to do a webinar special price. Well, we are actually going to take $2,000 off the original purchase price. So you're going to immediately save $2,000. And you're going to pay $997 for the first 30 days. Then that's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to do ForPay for you. Here's how that's going to break down. We'll do a ForPay of $297. So you'll have 4 installment payments of $297, and those will be monthly. So $297, and then 30 days, another $297. Now, also don't forget, in 30 days, your monthly fee will kick in as well. So we want to keep that barrier to entry for the first month as low as possible for you guys. So we'll do $297, and that will include your monthly fee as well. And then month 2, you'll have your $297 installment payment, and also your monthly fee of $97 will kick in. All right, so you'll do that for 3 installments, and then once your last installment plan, payment plan is done, then you'll just go down to the $97 a month. All right, so that's how it's going to work. So hopefully that'll allow every single person that's on the webinar today to take advantage of this. We're excited to get you guys in. We want everybody to be able to do this. So hopefully this ForPay will allow it to happen. Now, obviously, there's a little finance charge there. You're going to pay a little bit more because you're breaking it up over the course of probably the best. What we're doing, we're taking advantage of the Amazon trade-in program. We're buying low and we're selling high with textbooks. Okay, so this particular textbook, for example, if you look here, $44, you can trade yours in for an Amazon gift card, which again, repeat after me, everyone. You initially want to get paid in a gift card for the tax advantages, but then you can easily turn that, we've got a method for you, where you can turn that gift card into straight cash. Okay, so don't think you're going to get stuck with just an Amazon gift card, although that's a great thing to have. So $44, we can buy used. We can trade it in Amazon for $73. We just look at the difference here, and we're at a $29 difference. So for you guys that didn't know what was going on, that's all we're doing, okay? We're going on Amazon. We're finding textbooks with a trade-in value that's higher than what you can purchase it for, and we're pocketing the difference. We buy it from Amazon. We either ship it to our fulfillment center for $2 a book, and they handle it, or we ship it to ourselves and then ship it to Amazon and make an extra $2 a book. That's it. That's really all the methods. So we'll do one quick example. We'll get on Amazon here. Again, we just search for textbooks on Amazon. We've got a little software program to make this way easier and way more profitable. We'll run it. You can see over $340, $346 worth of potential profit just on this page. Pretty crazy. And again, it works if you run it on this page too for all the individual listings. It shows you each individual book and how much you're going to make on each book. We are logged into the member area. You can see it's organized very simply, where you can go through each training module with next and previous buttons. Right? There's a whole section, lots of different training here. Everything you need to know about this method is here. You download the software from here. There's a whole resources section where you can get access to the processing center, where you can convert your cards into cash. There's a whole more opportunities section. Of course, support. We have real support, guys, not some cheap outsourced, offshore support that doesn't know how to do this. We've got guys that are actually doing this, helping you with support, which is awesome. Again, each training module has a video, has resource links for you. It's got the audio for you to download, the transcript. So if you want to read, you can read and learn the method. You can download the slides that we use in the training videos. Everything you need right here, super organized.